It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, welcome back, you beautiful souls, and I can't help but say that the kid inside me gets so excited when I hear that because
Love
it's
it.
up and away! Of course, stargazers and the general public as well witnessed the first full moon of 2022 on Monday night with the wolf moon in full view across the world. Now, the wolf moon was lit by the sun and won't be the last astrological phenomenon that we get to experience this year.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a cracker, in fact. So whether you casually enjoy just looking up at the night sky like myself, you're maybe an amateur astronomer with your own telescope, or you fall somewhere in between that scale, you will not be disappointed in 2022 with everything from more lunar eclipses and supermoons to actual meteor showers and maybe even a planetary alignment on the cards. So we needed to find out a bit more. Our science engagement astronomer, Dr. Daniel Cunnama, is here to give us more info about these astronomical wonders in a very important year for his clan. They are turning 100. Dr. Dan, you don't look nearly 100 years old, man. You look very sprightly, but great to be connecting with you. Very good morning from our side.
I've aged well, I think.
You have indeed, man. Look, and something that I think is going to make us age even better is the things that we get to look forward to when it comes to the sky, right? So we've got all these major astronomical events coming out this year. What exactly can we look towards for 2022?
Yeah, so I think just to start off, the Astronomical Society of Southern Africa, as you mentioned, which is an umbrella body of all the amateur astronomy groups, of which there are groups around the country, and then also professional scientists are often part of the Astronomical Society of Southern Africa. That turns 100 years. You can see me up on the top right there.
Perfect. Beautiful, man.
It turns 100 years. And every year we produce this sky guide. Where is it? Closer to my face. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a better photo. And that is available at Take-A-Lot or any major bookstore. So if you are looking at the sky or you want to know what's coming up, meteor showers and everything, it's a very detailed book. It's got everything you need for looking at the sky.
I must just say, Dr. Dan, I never knew this about why I think this book is even more important, because I used to check online and look at some of the star constellations in the sky. I never realized when you're the Northern Hemisphere, it's upside down or something. Southern Hemisphere, we see it the other way around. So we definitely need our South African edition, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, there are constellations here which you can't see from the Northern Hemisphere. You know, there's a constellation called Mesa, which means mountain, and it's Table Mountain. It was identified here in Cape Town and named Table Mountain. So it's the only constellation which is named after an earthly object. So yeah, it's a truly South African constellation.
So what are some of the most rare events happening this year? What are you most excited about?
Yeah, so astronomically, there are various things which are exciting. There's a lunar eclipse, which is happening in May, and that's quite a fun one because it'll be happening in the morning. Normally they happen in the evening. That's a solar eclipse, what you're showing now. So we can tell your producers to flip that one out. And then you also mentioned some of the planetary sightings. So to see you can generally see Venus quite easily, Jupiter and Saturn. But twice this year you'll be able to see all 5 of the naked eye planets. Once at dawn in March, and then around Christmas you'll be able to see them all at dusk, which is pretty cool. You'll be able to have a chance to see Mercury, which is very hard to see because it's so close to the sun, and all those 5 planets, and that's all naked eye visible, so you don't need a telescope or binoculars or anything for that.
You just need a good guide. You just need a good guide to let you know where it is, man. I love that.
Well, speaking of, you mentioned, obviously, if we turn our gaze from the skies for just a moment, your Society of SA, the Astronomical Society of South Africa, turns 100 this year, which you've mentioned. And a lot of the people that have written that book have put some content into this guide, which G is mentioning. Is this something that we can use to kind of guide us into seeing these events you mentioned? Is it something that anyone can kind of pick up, or do we need to be a bit more versed? Is it like for beginners or not? I'm trying to figure out if this one's for me.
That's a great question, and it's absolutely for beginners. So everything is explained. We explain why meteor showers happen. We explain sort of how the motion of the planets. Everything is explained before it's kind of introduced. So eclipses are explained. There's a brief introduction to each section, and you can, so a complete novice can pick it up. You can learn a lot about astronomy in South Africa, and then you can also learn where to learn more, right? So, we do have these groups around the country in the various cities that have regular meetings and talks. And if you are really interested in astronomy, then I encourage you to join one of them. Also, then you get a free sky guide.
Yeah, exactly, man. And you become part of the tribe. I love it. Well, the tribe was really excited about the full moon that we've just been treated to. What in fact is a wolf moon? Does this fall under your jurisdiction? Why we call it a wolf moon, or is that more a historian's job? What was all the furor and the excitement around this particular full moon that we've experienced?
Yeah, so the naming of the moons, like Wolf Moon and Harvest Moon or anything like that, I mean, that's something very human focused. Astronomically, it doesn't mean much. Obviously, full moons are always beautiful and stunning. You do get super moons where the moon is slightly closer to us, which means it appears slightly larger than a regular full moon, and that happens throughout the year. So there are smaller moons and there are bigger moons. So that's what we call a super moon or just a sort of regular full moon. And then things like the wolf moon and others are things which largely from the northern hemisphere, actually a lot from America, have named these. Actually, in the Sky Guide too, one of the things we're trying to do is rename some of these moons with South African context. So like there's a meerkat moon this year, for example.
Nice. Buddy, I don't know if you know this, but the meerkat just happens to be my spirit animal. Okay, this is what gets me moving, and this is the year of the 2022, which is my year, my birthday, so I just think something special might be on its way. But no, the meerkat's perfect, because a meerkat always has an eye on the sky, generally looking for predators, but they generally have an eye on the sky. Buddy, we can't let you do any more shameless plugging of your amazing book, because you've done it so many times. No, we love the fact that you are taking this passion that you guys have as a community, a scientific community here in South Africa, and especially when it comes to our stars, and you are opening this up for the man on the street, for Riley and I to be able to delve into and really enjoy what promises to be an amazing year. So enjoy your 100th year celebrations this year, and I know we'll be connecting with you every one of these big moments in the sky and beyond. You'll be filling us in, so you're going to have a busy year as well, my friend, but thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Always a pleasure. Thank you to be on. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
I just stopped short of asking him what star sign he is, because I know that would just drive him absolutely insane. We know for astronomers and astrologers, it's going to be an amazing year. Wherever you sit on that fence, this is the time to look up, man. The wonders abound.